citizens. Time. You are officially insinuated. Welcome to Incense and Common Sense, the live streams that we do here on Alerts on TV. I would love for you guys and girls to become active citizens. Welcome to another episode of Midday Mania. I hope everybody's having a good day, a safe day wherever you are around the world. Shout out to everybody because it's a worldwide movement. We're going to do like always. We give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here. As you come in, make sure you hit the likes button. Make sure you subscribe. If you already subscribed, make sure you hit the bell with all so you can be notified anytime nutritious content get dropped. If you've already subscribed, make sure YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you. It seems like they've lifted the shadow ban that I had on me. For a while I was shadow banned because of a video I made during the election, after the election, and apparently I said some things they didn't agree with, and so they shadow banned me. So give everybody a couple minutes to get in the room like always. Shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement, definitely. Also, let me know where you're checking in from, especially for people that's checking in from outside of the country. We definitely love to know if we got anybody that's not in America tuning to the program. All right, we got Dr. T in the building. So give everybody a couple minutes. I'm gonna try and do a 30-minute stretch and let y'all out of here because I know it's lunchtime for some of y'all. Some of y'all might be going to McDonald's, Burger King, or Culver's, or Chick-fil-A, or you might be at work warming your food up. You might be going down the road eating and driving, whatever you're doing. Appreciate you tuning in. If you catch us on the replay, we definitely appreciate that also. So I'll give everybody a couple more minutes to get in here. Like I said, it's noon Central Standard Time here in the central part of the country. So this is going to be something that's going to resonate with women around the world. I'm not sure, what may be the laws in your country, but definitely it's going to resonate. Shout out, like I said, to all the gun tubers, GunTube. Shout out to the Second Amendment community. I know there's a division, but shout out to the Second Amendment community. To the people that tune into the content creators. Shout out to y'all for tuning into us. Let me just say this before we get started. To some of the businesses out here, those of you who getting started, those of you who already established, here in GunTube, we do a lot of promotion of a lot of different products. Why don't you guys and girls consider partnering with some of us? I remember GHG Hustle talking about Hollison. The amount of things he's bought from Hollison, the amount of what have you, and do a deal with him. I say the same thing. All right, we got Lazy in the building. Partner with us. We give y'all a lot of advertisement. A lot of y'all sales are through the roof because of us. It's only fair business. It's not gonna hurt anybody. So definitely. And to the up and coming gun tubers, or if you want to get into YouTubing, Facebooking, Instagramming, or what have you, I'm gonna say this: if there's something you're gonna do, make sure it's something you're passionate about. Don't try and follow the trends, because sometimes people that are really into something can spot when you're following the trend. So just keep that in mind. So with that being said, we at the 5 minute mark. Let's get into this. Um, Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, everybody. Ladies, I want to talk to y'all. I don't think I've ever did a live stream that was specifically focused on the ladies. Um, Everybody is welcome to join in, but ladies, let me talk to y'all. Not only here, but around the world. The world has changed from what it used to be. Because of social pressure, because of politics, because of a lot of different things. The way the world used to be is no longer. Y'all are gonna have to evolve with the times. A lot of y'all gonna have to understand. You're gonna have to be your first line of defense. That's whether you got a man at home or not. I know we live in a time where women openly have. That's your business. Y'all gonna have to start stepping it up and becoming your first line of defense, because you know what? You can't always have somebody with you. The criminals have evolved. The criminals don't care about you being a woman. Hell, some of these criminals target y'all because of that. Peyton Gendry, when he pulled this massacre in Buffalo, he said in his manifesto he knew there was a lot of elderly women going in there. That was a soft target. Dylan Roof, he knew there was going to be elderly women in that church. In some of these hoods, there was a story where an 88-year-old woman, Pookie and Ray Ray, broke in the house and SA'd that woman. 88 years old. Across the world, across the country, women are targeted because they're expected to be soft targets. For whatever you may think of her lifestyle, Griselda Blanco, yes, she died in the hail of gunfire. But per my research of her, as a little girl, she was out slinging iron. And the guys knew when they ran up on her, they better be ready. I'm not advocating violence, I'm just pointing that out. What's up? Yeah, you know what? I've heard about this thing in Cincinnati. I've seen a little clipping. Now, there's multiple videos of this. I just haven't gotten around to it. That's why I haven't spoken about it. But since you brought that up, let me at least get to a portion of that. The one thing that has been consistent, because I've seen people that want the so-called aggressors arrested, and then I've seen videos and accounts from people who said the video doesn't show the first punch wasn't thrown by the black crowd, because the way I've seen it, it's been posted that a bunch of black folks jumped on some white folks. Look, but let me get to the part about the woman. Ladies, y'all gotta stop interjecting yourself into this, because you don't live in a day no more where dudes ain't gonna hit the woman. They will knock you on your fucking ass just as fast as they will knock a man on the ass and won't bat a fucking eye. All that shit about a man should never hit a woman. All that shit about I'm gonna let you slide because you're a woman, that's over with. Look, that ship has sailed and it's sunk in the fucking Atlantic Ocean. and it's never gonna come back. You don't live in that kind of world no more. Here in America, and probably in other countries, I don't want to go too deep off in the rabbit hole, but feminism, this thing about equality, and believe me, I'm all for us treating each other like humans. In the context of equality, there's an upside and there's a downside to it. And I know the ladies love to show that they can do what the fellas do, and that's fine. But you gotta understand something. In this day and age, equality means you get equal rights and you get equal left done. There used to be a time where a woman can smack a man, a girl can smack a boy, and he would say, go get your dad or go get your cousin or get your brother or whatever, because you're a woman. Well, those days gone. It took a lot of years. The rise of the single mom and the bragging of being a single mom. You may think that that's okay to brag about that. And I don't know your situation, I'm not passing judgment. But these criminals see that as, okay, well, we know where we're going to have the least resistance at. Women are not synonymous with protecting themselves. We just had a stabbing spree go on in Michigan at a Walmart. Walmart, back in the days before Hurricane Katrina, in New Orleans, we used to call it Club Walmart. Because that's how many women be in there. That's not a mistake that guy chose Walmart. He knew it was going to be a bunch of women there. And that was probably his motivation to get as many females as he could on top of elderly. Look, ladies, y'all have to sit down and start supporting each other. Y'all have to make it okay to protect yourselves. Shout out to a regular gun guy. They have the females conference where it's just all females in there. And they have different people that come on and explain to them the importance of being legally armed. I'm appealing to y'all. Get out here and get your firearms. Learn them firearms. Protect yourself. Learn how to carry it on your person. I understand sometimes it's convenient to have it in a purse. Learn to carry it on your person. Fellas, your daughters. Take your daughters out there and teach them how to shoot. Let them get comfortable. Even though a lot of our daughters go out and buy firearms, that still doesn't give them the bravery of going to the range. A lot of women buy firearms and they never shoot them. They carry a gun in their purse. Another thing, ladies, by constantly carrying in your purse is a bad habit. I know of several women back home from New Orleans that got themselves in trouble. They had their gun in their purse while they were going in court or something like that, and they forgot. And they got arrested for having a firearm. Things like that. These are things you're gonna have to work on. I don't really want to speak on the domestic violence side of it because I'm not in the homes, so I don't know what is what. But I've heard a story of a woman a couple weeks ago, apparently having an abusive husband or boyfriend, and I guess he was kicking her ass, and she went and got her gun and shot him, and they arrested him. Now, I don't know the full context of the story. But ladies, go and subscribe to these female YouTubers, these female gun tubers out here. Learn to practice carrying. Even if you with your husband, with your man, what have you, learn to practice carrying. Because here's the problem. You're not up against a bunch of criminals running around with knives. They're running around with guns. Even the female criminals are running around here with guns. You can't take your safety for granted. We live in a time now where street dudes, let me get into that for a minute. Street dudes are higher than addicts now. The dope dealers have become the dope addicts. They sell heroin, they sell crack if people still smoke it. They sell cocaine, they sell weed. Yet they always high on these goddamn mollies, all these sexual stimulants. You're fighting guys that under normal circumstances probably wouldn't bother you, but they're hyped up off all these sexual stimulants and they want sex. These home invasions, these SAs, these guys are getting hyped up off this stuff and they're going in these homes and they're looking for women that's alone because they figure you're an easy target. They're expecting you to not be armed. They're expecting maybe you might have a bat or you might be able to grab a knife, but they got a gun. And they're targeting you. And it's consistently happening. Get out here and protect yourself. That's number one. Number two, think about this. In about a month, it'll be the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. That was a shit hit the fan situation. Some people went from being in a dry house to within seconds having to bust the window to get out because the water came in that quick. It was survival time. If you keep your pistol out, I don't care if you own 100, you keep your pistol where you can grab it. At a time like that, you need to be able to grab your firearm. We always talk about shit hit the fan and what you would need a firearm for. Understand something. There were women being raped in the city of New Orleans. For those of you who know the Neville family, Aaron Neville, his sister, I believe his sister or his niece, Arthel, during a rescue mission where they were looking for people, was snatched off a boat and taken into a school and raped. Even in chaos, shit hit the fan. I can't speak about women, but I know men. When men get these erections, we want some. Don't think because the shit hit the fan that men's sexual appetite goes away, because it doesn't. Get out here and protect yourself. Another thing. Sometimes having a firearm or firearms are good stress relievers. You can go out to the range. You can go out and go shooting, protect, enjoy yourself, relieve a little stress, and let that be that. I've seen videos of the women going out hunting and things like that. There's food on the table. The pandemic here in America, it showed everybody, just like that, how quick stuff can change. The women went in the grocery stores, and the smart men went out to the lake, to the river, and in the woods. We said rather than pay $10 a pound for beef, we'd rather grab a couple rounds, a firearm, go out in the woods, go kill something, and bring that home. I want women to get comfortable with carrying firearms and understand that that's okay. That's not masculine. That's just self-preservation. Please, ladies, get out here. Support these female gun tubers. A lot of them do really good work. Support them. Find you a female gun tuber out here. Go to Dr. T. Go to Autumn's Armory. Take your daughters to Autumn's Armory so you can see how much fun she has shooting. Talking about guns. I know out there in Texas there's a AR-15 club that's strictly for girls. I forget the name of it. I saw this some years back in a little news clip, and then I did a little bit of research on it. Go to Yoki Stereo. The Honest Outlaw, his wife has a channel. I've watched her come a long way with her shooting. She be out there shooting and letting it go. Mrs. Red Phoenix, Tactical Tina. The list just goes on and on. There's just female gun tubers everywhere. Go and find you one and support her. Don't just watch her content and give her a thumbs up. Take what she's telling you in consideration. Because sometimes we as humans feel better to hear certain things from the same gender. Some women, yeah, Guns and Journey, yes, it's my girl. I know she got a lot going on. Support them. I know as men sometimes we need other men to tell us certain things because we might close our ears to a woman telling it to us. And the same thing goes for women. Sometimes hearing this message from men, you may close your ears and you may not want to hear that from us. Let a female tell you. Let me just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. If you're a nice looking woman, ain't nothing wrong with you having a gun on you. Don't think you're too cute to be protected. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because I've seen little spats about that throughout my years of watching GunTube and going into the comment sections. There's nothing wrong with that. Get out here and get legally armed. Because you know what? The more women start carrying firearms, the more the criminals start thinking less and less about committing some of these crimes. I'm telling you, a lot of these rampage stabbings and shootings is because they assume that these women don't have nothing on them. And that more likely there may not be a man that has something. But if they go run into anybody with something, it's going to be a man. Excuse me. Ladies, get out here. Protect yourself. Get you some firearms. Enjoy them. I'm telling you. Sometimes when you get angry, something simple is just going to the range for an hour or two, busting some lead. It helps you decompress. It helps level you out. For the loved people in your lives, that makes them feel safer. That makes them worry less. During the pandemic was the first time I had ever been in gun stores and saw that many women buying firearms. Everywhere I went, I saw women buying firearms. I liked it. I'm just saying, don't wait until a pandemic to try this. Number one, you're going to pay overpriced. Number two, you're going to have to get what's left. It's not a pandemic now. Get you something. Get you a couple of them. If you've gotten up in age, they make guns, the 380, the 9mm, or the 22, the Easies by Smith & Wesson. They're real easy to run. Get you something to protect yourself. You never know when it's going to happen. You never, ever, ever know. I know a lot of times we think that protecting ourselves is gonna be what we see on TV. We're gonna get a heads up. Yeah, the LCP Max. Yeah, I've actually shot one of those. I was very impressed. To say I don't care for small firearms like that, those micro firearms. Um, there's this, in this day and age, there's endless, endless choices of firearms that you can grab to protect yourself. If you feel like you need a 45 ACP, damn it, get you one. Now, just don't be fooled by the size. Don't feel like, well, I'm only gonna buy a gun that's small. Because sometimes you can wind up buying the wrong caliber and it be too much for you. Some of these micro nines, these compact nines, they kind of snappy. So you have to be aware of that. But that's why you have to come to places like this and other places in GunTube that's giving you the information that you need. 20, 25, 30 years ago, we didn't have this. Everything was word of mouth. Mainstream media demonized firearms so bad it was unreal. Now today, those of us who was being called crazy 20, 25 years ago, we don't look so crazy now. We don't look so maniacish now. For us, the men, we don't look so cowardly now. Because that's what they used to tell us. You don't need no gun. You get the gun for it. No man don't need no real man don't need no gun. How would you feel if you called for law enforcement and they showed up empty-handed? That would be defeating the purpose of them being the cop. They showing up empty-handed. So in closing, I'm just gonna say this, ladies. Get out here. Protect yourselves. Can't guarantee that a firearm is going to keep you alive or keep something from happening. But it gives you a 50-50 chance if you have something you can get to. And you need to put somebody down. This has been another episode of MidDay Mania. I hope what we talked about on here resonates with you. Ladies, if you know a female in your family, in your life, that's hesitant about firearms, share this video with them. Send them to Female GunTube. Maybe they may feel more comfortable when they see somebody that looks like them talking about this. Get out here and get legally armed. You just don't never know when the breakdown of the society gonna happen. You never know when you're gonna need it. You just never know. We live in a time right now where there are shootings everywhere. More and more female victims are starting to become the norm. Like I said, having a firearm doesn't guarantee your safety. It gives you a fighting chance, and as Brother Malcolm said, your life is the most precious thing you got. Don't give it all up by itself. If you gotta let it go, let it be an even Steven. You only live once. Try to make your life on this earth as long as you can possibly make it. If it's your time to go, it's your time to go. But sometime you can extend the stay. One last thing, ladies. If y'all ever become victims of sexual crimes, that's a security you'll never get back. You'll carry that damage with you till you leave the planet. I don't care how much therapy you go to. You'll always have it in the back of your mind. You might spend the rest of your life out from time to time reliving what happened to you. And you'll always be Monday morning quarterback. Now, if it's somebody you know, somebody that's a family member, you can't prevent that. But if somebody broke in your home, ran up on you in the car, ran down on you, and having a firearm could have basically saved you from going through that horrible experience, you'll always have the what if in your mind. Just think about this. If that kind of a thing happened to you and you had your man in the home and he couldn't protect you, could you face him the rest of your life? Knowing that all he had to do was have a firearm in the house? See, because the felons and the criminals, you ain't got to tell them to have firearms. And when I say felons, I'm not passing judgment on nobody. That's one of the first things a lot of them do is go and get them a throwaway and put them in a good hiding spot. Or encourage their woman to get something just in case he ever has to protect them. Give me in the comment section, let me know what you think. Until next time, stay safe, stay armed, stay on high alert. We out.